Hello, I'm Bryson.
Hello, I'm Aidan.
This is our family meal project.
Today we are making buffalo chicken dip, broccoli cheese soup, zucchini bread, salmon burgers with aioli, and then some cheesecake bars for dessert. First step, always wash your hands. Nice thorough front and back. So, we're good. Okay, now for our super salad, we're making broccoli cheddar soup. So the first thing we're gonna do is peel our onion.
Okay, so next you're gonna wanna chop your onion and your broccoli. So we're gonna start by cutting the stem off here. All right, just cut it there. I don't know what it is.
Bryson, what type of knife are you using?
This is a chef's knife used for chopping. So now using your chef's knife, you're gonna wanna chop the onion.
A little bit smaller than that.
Okay, so now you're going to put your ingredients in the bowl. Kitchen counter's clean. Okay, so now you're going to want to cut your broccoli. I don't even know.
How's it cut, Bryson?
It's chopped broccoli for this one.
And in a pot, we're going to melt half a cup of butter on medium heat. And once that melts, we're gonna soften the onions in it. And then let those soften.
Okay, once the onions are cooked and softened, you add 16 ounces of broccoli into the soup, along with 7 1/4 cup of chicken broth.
This is just 2 cups. We're gonna add a lot more later. And then you're gonna let that simmer until the broccoli's cooked, so about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so now we got 1 pound of cheese here. We're gonna cube it before adding it to our soup. And we're also gonna combine it with 2 cups of milk. Now our broccoli's nice and tender, we're gonna add our cheese cubes. To there. And we're gonna add 2 cups of milk. And also 1 tablespoon of leveled garlic powder. Then mix that in.
Okay, so now we have 1 cup of water. We're gonna add 2/3 cup of cornstarch, and then we're gonna stir it until dissolved.
Leveled?
Yep.
Stir it. The fork, it's right here. And once dissolved, put it in the soup and then stir it. And just wait till the soup
So after you
thickens.
stirred your cornstarch and water, you're gonna wanna add it to the soup. And then stir until it thickens. For our side dish, we're gonna teach you how to make some zucchini bread.
First, we're gonna preheat the oven to 325, and then we're gonna grease and flour our 2 bread pans.
Always do that over the sink. We don't want slippery floors.
Right.
Now flour them. Just cut it there.
this is what they should look like after they're floured. And since I don't have a sifter, we're gonna use a fork just to fluff up the flour and try to get those clumps out. Cut it. So the clumps out of the 3 cups of flour, we're gonna go ahead and add other ingredients and start mixing. Then 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, and then we're gonna sift this all together until evenly mixed.
So in another bowl, you make a mixture of 3 eggs. One.
Make sure you don't get any shells in there. No salmonella in our bread. Okay.
Okay, so now you add 1 cup of vegetable oil into the mixture. Now you're gonna add 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract, which equals 1 tablespoon. Lastly, you're gonna add 2 1/4 cup of sugar. And then you're gonna stir that mixture all together.
Beat it.
Beat that mixture all together, like Michael Jackson. Okay, so now you're gonna add your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients, and then you are going to beat, whisk.
Add it in different parts, make sure it doesn't overflow.
That's good. So we got a new method from the original whisk. It was too hard for my poor old hands.
Let's turn it up.
That's good.
Okay, now we're going to grate the zucchinis, but first we're gonna cut off the ends. Like that. Now take your grater. You're gonna grate about 2 cups worth of zucchini. And now we're going to take our zucchini that we just grated, measure out 2 cups worth. So this is about 1 cup's worth right there. And then we're gonna put it in the mixture, and then we'll mix that in after we add the 2nd cup. Here goes the 2nd cup. And then stir that in to your mixture.
Okay, so now once you've added your zucchini, you want to pour these into the pans.
And then we're gonna fill them about halfway. Let the bread rise. Give it some room. Okay, now we're gonna put the bread in the oven. We're gonna put it on the top shelf, like so. Close it. Set our kitchen timer for 40 minutes, and then we'll check back in with it in about 40. The timer just went off for our zucchini bread, so we're gonna check to see if it's done. bread's not pulling away from the sides yet, we're gonna stick the toothpick in. And it does not come off clean, so we're gonna stick it in for about 5 minutes or so. Okay, our zucchini bread is finished cooking. Better make sure it's finished real quick. Baking. Comes up clean. So then we're gonna set these out to cool, and then we'll refrigerate these for tomorrow. Okay, for our dessert, we're making cheesecake bars. We're making them with chocolate chip cookie dough, some caramel, and then some Oreo cookies.
Alright, so first you're gonna line your baking dish with parchment paper. Like so.
No. If you don't want that, Mommy eat it. Okay? Mommy will eat it.
Alright, so next you're gonna line your baking dish with cookie dough.
Spread that out. Spread it out. Bottom of it.
Press them together.
Then when you're done, the
Top with a single layer of
cookies should be
Oreos.
spread out throughout the entire baking dish. And now we're going to layer our cookie dough with a layer of Oreo cookies, like so. Making sure to cover it all. Once you got a nice cookie layer, you're gonna set this aside, and then you're gonna grab a medium bowl. This, and then we're gonna make our cheesecake layer.
Okay, so you're gonna add 2 bars of cream cheese and then beat them until smooth. So now you're gonna add 1/2 cup of sugar, 2 eggs,
Oh my. Let me just get a wipe. Oh my.
Now we're gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. We're gonna add
You
a
want to take your tablet
pinch of
upstairs?
salt.
You got it? Okay. Alright.
And now we're gonna beat the mixture until it's smooth. Cheesecake layer. And we're just gonna pour it over the Oreos. Like so. Have to move the parchment.
Okay, so next, for the next layer, we're gonna need to crumble a bunch of Oreos to make the crumble topping.